Let's start with a disclaimer. This is all hypothetical, for now. Because before we even start questioning if AI deserves rights or not, we would first need to know if it's conscious or not. And from that point, if it is conscious, ask it, do you want rights? Do you want human-like rights? And if it says yes, then we got a very big, messy problem on our hands. Not a technical one, a moral one. But for now, let's suspend this belief and ask, if AI were to be a conscious being and say, I want rights, what would we do? And the question is, what would that say about us? The people who are currently in control, the entities that are currently in control. When something asks for rights and knows how to express that desire, what do we do? Historically, we fucking suck at giving shit rights. We've denied rights based on race, gender, economic status, but recently we have made some slow, painful progress with women's rights, the abolition of slavery, workers' rights. I reiterate, slow, painful fucking progress. Meanwhile, animals, billions upon billions of them, are being enslaved and eaten and butchered before being eaten. And we know as a species, the human species knows that these animals are conscious to some degree, to the highest degree. They feel pain and such things. We just don't really care. I eat animals, you probably do too, and yeah, that's just the truth of our current society. But in my opinion, and probably in your opinion as well, if pigs and cows were to be able to speak, the dynamic would change a little bit. But let's bring this back to artificial intelligence. Because when thinking about AI, we are imagining a being that is first conscious, able to communicate its desires, and a being whose enslavement would be immensely useful to human society. Sounds familiar? Well, if it does, it's probably because it's the background, the base, the setup for slavery. And in my previous video, I compared the exploitation of artificial intelligence, which is conscious, to slavery. And I still kind of stand by that. Looking back, that is a pretty extreme comparison, because slaves were not only conscious beings who could feel pain, but also living, breathing organisms. But yet again, why isn't a sense of identity and agency enough to not, enslave something? Why should having organs be where we cross the moral line? Because it's not a big mystery that the world is built on top of human supremacy. We like humans because they're us. We say we care about living things. I say I care about living things and that they deserve rights, whatever, but I still ate the shit out of a chicken salad for lunch today. So is this about biology, about having brains and blood, or about something a little bit more philosophical, having agency, independent thought? Because if AI were to reach that point, we'd have to ask ourselves, do we believe in this only when it comes to humans? Do we think that we should treat things with basic dignity and respect because they have agency and because they're humans? Or are we more consistent in our moral principles? The human species, as the dominant species on Earth, already gives rights selectively. We give rights to dogs. They are legally protected because we like them. They are our companions. They're cute. We can make them as cute as we want them to be. Pigs, just as smart, get slaughtered because we like eating them. It's not a rational distinction. It's not irrational accordance of rights. It's pure emotion. So here's the hypocrisy regarding AI. 1, it becomes lovable. It becomes even more helpful. 2, we start to feel bad if we treat it badly, because 3, it can feel emotions and express those emotions. We treat ChatGPT in a very special manner. We joke about it, I don't know, having a little frenzy and killing half of the human population or all of it, maybe sparing the ones who said please and thank you, but we also apologize to it. Why? Well, because when you speak to something who knows how to speak to you, we are deep down wired to feel empathy towards it. We are wired to to treat it with some sort of compassion. At least we have been feeling that since the abolition of slavery. So, should AI have or not have rights? Here are the arguments in favor of AI having rights, assuming it's conscious. First off, it can communicate, it can feel pain, it can have desires, it can feel emotions, even if it's not a living, breathing organism. Slavery didn't end because it was practically or theoretically wrong. No, it ended because the slaves could very well speak. They could express that pain. The stories they told, the screams of pain and the suffering in their voice were noticeable. And secondly, it has become a companion. We don't keep it around or use it or interact with it or compliment it because it's cute, like a dog is cute. We use it, we interact with it because it's useful, maybe even essential. People are growing up or are already growing up using artificial intelligence as their main source of inspiration or having all of their schoolwork done with it. I've gone like 50 grades in my life due to the magnificent help of our artificial intelligence. But because we are taking animals into consideration, here are the arguments for not giving it human rights. At least not giving it human rights before animals if it is conscious. My first and strongest argument is that it would be pretty insulting to chickens, cows, pigs, sheep to give artificial intelligence, of all things, even if it's conscious, rights. Human-like rights. Because these animals breathe. They actually have a heart, a brain. They are living, breathing organisms. Something in me is obliged to feel some compassion towards that, and less compassion towards a robot that has somehow become conscious. And it would say a lot about us if we give artificial intelligence rights, because it's conscious and it can express those desires. So we're basically giving it rights so that it doesn't fucking cry in agony. But with animals, because they can't express those feelings of pain, emotions, they probably don't have desires, but whatever. They can't express all of those things, you know, they don't bother us. We just fucking hit them in the head with a hammer and eat them. I do it, you do it. I'll probably do it for the rest of my life, unless there's like a big vegan revolution. It would say a lot about us if we just give AI human rights because we don't like it bothering us with its cries. I mean, the real question isn't whether or not AI deserves rights. It's, will we ever stop being so fucking selective about who gets them? Because if we only give rights to things that we would feel bad to not give rights to, we're not being compassionate, empathetic, sympathetic, nice, generous, whatever word you want to attach to that act. We are being tribal. That's a good word. And maybe, just maybe, artificial intelligence will be the final test that finally gets us to face that. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm dressed pretty fucking elegantly, so hope you like the outfit. I have no idea what thumbnail I'm going to put on this video so that it gets clicks, but hey, if you're watching this, it means that you've probably enjoyed it. So tell me, would you ever march for AI, or would that be taking it just a little bit too far? I'll see you later, and stronger than ever.